My name is Ian Pelham Turner, and my business partner here and royal photographer is Helena Shard. I have been a royal photographer for 47 years now, and Helena came to start working alongside me 10 years ago. So now we photograph a lot of royal commissions and royal activities. We've tried to analyse is how royal children have been brought up, the actual history behind it. And so the types of activities and how royal children have been brought up obviously influences how they are as adults as well. And so what we've tried to analyse now is, over the 150 years, why the royal family are like they are today. The show must go on is one of the sort of the big aspects of the royal family. Historically, royal children were very lonely. It was a very, very lonely existence. Started with Queen Victoria when she was just a princess.
She had a very sad upbringing, really didn't have any friends and relied on her 132 dolls as a source of entertainment. She didn't like her children, unfortunately, either, and again instilled fear in them, but loved her husband Albert. But she really wasn't so keen on Edward VII, one of her sons, who was known as Bertie, because she blamed him for the death of her husband. But the main thing is really the change, the fear and sadness really from Victoria days changed so much coming into modern life, and really the Queen, Queen Mother, and I think George VI changed things because they brought up their children so well. That's Elizabeth and Margaret. They were given such a huge amount of love and things completely changed.
The royal family have recognised the fact that if they give the world and the media a means of actually showing and showcasing what they do and who they are, then they will get moments of privacy for themselves as well. When we were researching on royal history, I used to go and visit old bookshops, and I found this book on Edward VII of great interest, and Edward VIII, and inside the book was this postcard that had been used really as a bookmark. And when we analysed this postcard, we suddenly realised that this was the most authentic shot of Princess Elizabeth. But how was it taken? Why was it allowed to be taken? What had happened to the photographer? And it threw up all sorts of examples of sometimes of seeing photographs like this and really not understanding because of royal etiquette of how it was allowed to happen in the first place. But somebody somehow allowed the photographer in to photograph Princess Elizabeth when she was about 3 years old, building sandcastles in the south coast of England. I think obviously for me this is one of the most famous photographs I've ever taken. This was the first commissioned Christmas photographs of Prince William, taken in December 1982. You were then given 7 minutes to actually photograph the most iconic shots in this world. And the etiquette was that Charles, Diana and William were allowed to sit down. You weren't allowed to talk to them. You weren't allowed to direct them in any way, shape or form, but in those 7 minutes you had to have the most iconic photographs, collection of photographs for the Commonwealth for the Christmas photographs in 1982. And as soon as they sat down, there was a gentleman with a stopwatch, and on went the stopwatch. And so you had to create the most iconic photographs. But in doing so, you couldn't direct them at all. And in my case, for example, for the 4 of the 7 minutes initially, Diana had William's teething ring right in front of her face. So the most famous woman in this world, to me at that time, meant that I couldn't see her face. And so I couldn't say to her, "Ma'am, would you mind moving the teething ring, because I can't see you." So I had to sort of use my own wits, and I made a noise like I was dying. And she turned round towards me and realized what she was doing, and moved the teething ring away from her face, and William went to grab the teething ring, and that photograph, 1/60th of a second, made my career. So the photograph here is part of my royal collection, the Royal Child. This picture is quite a revealing photograph. It was taken after I had been asked to do the official photographs of William's Christmas shots in 1982, his first official baby shots. And after the 7 minutes that had been allotted to me was up, then Diana decided to walk straight towards the camera and left Charles on the settee, not very happy with life, to say the least. And so this is probably one of the few shots that actually sort of show perhaps the potential first split that was starting to happen between the two of them.